Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your friendly Synth Redneck here, and we got another great episode today. Episode 23. We got some good music today. It's going to be a little bit of everything. A little bit of romance, a little bit of adventure, a little bit of fantasy, and a whole bunch of some horror. So we're just going to dive right in today. You're going to have to bear with me for a minute, for a little bit. You're going to see me bending over a lot. My table exploded right before before I started recording this, so just bear with me. First up today, we have a friend of the show's and a good friend of mine too. He's a really awesome guy. It's Eric C. Powell. Today I've got his song called True. It's from his 3-track album, Need a Place, and it's a really awesome track. And the vocals are awesome on it. He didn't really give me a description other than that, but this is a pretty cool thing. Kind of gives me that adventure romance. It's kind of like an ending outro kind of deal. It gives you a little bit of everything. It's like the main character has defeated the bully and extends his hand to the girl. You know, you've seen it all before. You know, he beats the bully. The girl's standing there, and he's, it's his love interest, and he grabs her. And they go off in the that little face-to-face kind of feel that they're in love. That's part of the feeling I get. Also, it kind of gives me that feeling of what is it? The ugly duckling kind of thing. I don't want to say it that way because that's not a whole 100%, but kind of gives you that. You've got these two friends, and the one friend's trying to get this other girl, and at the end of the movie, he finally realizes about midway through or into the movie that the person who was helping him, is actually cares more about them, and they ended up being together instead of the person he was trying to get with. That's kind of what I get a feel out in this whole movie. This whole song, it just gives me that vibe, and the vocals on it just gives me a little bit of a getting together kind of deal. So check it out. For our first one today, it's Eric C. Powell, and the song is called True.
Anticipating when I can be back.
like I said, it kind of gives me that little vibe of, you know, lovers, you know, getting together, or the two friends that, you know, find out that they're better off together than they were, you know, than trying to find each other's a person. They find out they're better off together. Kind of gives me that vibe. So let me know what you think, as always, and check out the rest of his stuff. It's all awesome. So next up we have Sentiment Music. I played his music a lot. He's a big cinematic guy, and I love all of his music because it's just really cinematic, really just, you know, powerful music. This song today is called I. He didn't give me any description because he knows I like to, you know, add my own little thing on it. This gives me that major horror, you know, just heavy feel of it. It's kind of like you know, it's like the beginning of the movie where we're seeing the main place or person at the beginning of the movie moving around, you know, with a, you know, around the screen. You know, it's like you see them either like you're progressing. You don't really see their face or anything, but you see their bodies. You know, they're moving around. Or like the buildings, you know, like you've seen a haunted house going through, and, you know, just going through the whole, you know, kit and caboodle of each room. Also kind of gives me like an object being written, which we know is evil, you know, kind of like the, I'm not going to say Necronomicon because we didn't see that ever being written. But we see it like, you know, someone creating something that we know is evil, or we know it's going to be, you know, that the writings have something that just, you know, can end the world kind of deal. Kind of gives me that feel. Also kind of gives me that feel like the evil's shown itself and is devastated the area. It kind of song begins on what is left as the evil leaves. Kind of gives me that feel. You know, you kind of get the evil shows up and and then he leaves, you know, after devastating. Kind of gives me that whole theme on that. Last one is also kind of gives me that climax scene between factions. The reason I say that is kind of like, I don't want to say good and evil factions, but between two factions, they're about to go to war or go to battle, and it's just, you know, you see them panning right before, and then it, you know, towards the song, it just goes in there. But they're all kind of heavy-hearted to not want to do it, but they do it anyway. So all of those work out for me. I like the horror feel better, but it's just it works on all of his music works on so many levels on so many different movies. So, but that's why it's kind of hard just to tie it down to one. But like I said, check it out. It's a really awesome song, and check out the rest of the music. It's all awesome. It's Sentiment Music, and it's the song is called I. like I said, I mean, it kind of gives me that whole, you know, horror genre. I'll just add it that's evil's main theme. So, you know, kind of like he devastates the area and then leaves, and you know, you see what's left. I kind of like that feel. All the music's really awesome, and his music could work in all, you know, in so many different movies. So it just works. So check it out. The social links below. Make sure you're following them, and make sure you follow everybody else on this. Next up, I have excuse me, I have ALPHABOT. I've played him before, and a really good artist. And this song is called Payback. I'm gonna read his little description, then I'll add mine. He goes, it's a 1980s action flick flavor track. They thought he was gone, but the Mantis, which is the storyline he's using, the Mantis came back for some unfinished business to attend to. I took that to a little extra level. I mean, it's giving me a one-word, you know, description here, but I went with, you know, it's a climax. The main character has been gone and disappeared, or, you know, is injured. You know, I'll use the Batman, you know, where he was at the prison scene. Just a quick visual on it that just popped in my head. But it kind of gets that, you know, he's gone, excuse me, and the rest are trying to, you know, the rest of the team are trying to figure out how to fight the evil that's going on. And then all of a sudden he shows up towards the climax, and, you know, he's renewed, refreshed, and ready to kick ass. Also, it kind of gives me that crew getting, you know, after they're getting their weapons ready. You know, you see those montages where they're getting ready, you know, putting on you know, the paint and everything, getting ready for battle. And they got everything, and it's the part where they start heading out, and you see them driving out or flying out to where they need to be to go face the evil. I'm always going to say evil because it just, you know, it's good and evil kind of deal. And it shows the gathering of each on it. Also, it also kind of fits in that whole deal. You know, they're all getting together, and you see them all like in their different vehicles, and you see them show up at this. I'll just use a building in this situation. They all get to building, and they don't really speak, but you can see they're all determined and they know what to do. And they arrive in the mid-song. They face each other in the mid-song, and then they just start walking into the building to, you know, face the evil or the bad guy in this situation. That's what I get. So, like I said, it's a really awesome song, and definitely check it out. The song, it's ALPHABOT, and the song is called Payback. doesn't that kind of give you that feel? It just comes at you, you know. I like the hero returning deal. It's either, you know, the hero returns and they all gather together. That kind of works out. So definitely check that out. Next up we have, I'm going to screw this name up and I hope I'm saying it right. It's Millicow, and I hope I say that right. You can see it in the description. The song today is called Harmony, and it's a really good song. It's kind of a low wave kind of deal. It's really nice, and I kind of like it. It kind of gives me that beginning space journey movie. The main area ship is shown, you know, at the beginning, kind of like you see it entering the world, or, you know, you see the entire world at the beginning of the movie, you know. Kind of like Blade Runner, but I'm going to use another movie on that. You know, it's not really bad, but you just see the world and all the inhabitants together. It's kind of like that sci-fi neon, you know, grouping where you see all the cities, and, you know, it pans off into like the countryside, and it's still, you know, it's like hybrid technology, and, trying to think of the hybrid technology and like forests and everything. It kind of gives me that feel. Also kind of gives me that tech fantasy, you know, like a team has found and used the, an item, you know, or some tech, kind of like a world builder, you know, it creates a new life, or it returns life to a new world, and, you know, we see the whole everything happening in all the world, everything's growing, or, you know, life is returning to an area or to a planet, and you just see the team is just sitting there, either on the planet or on a ship, and they're just watching it in awe. Excuse me. And it's also kind of, you know, the team is watching. I mean, it goes on the same line. The team is watching the main story arc, where everything's being fixed, and, you know, and they're just watching in awe as everything changes in the world that they did. So I mean, that's the kind of the visualization that I get, and I just like the whole idea of it's basically a song, just basically when the world is being rebuilt, you know, by some kind of instant. You know, I'm not going to use the snap but you know, it's something like that. So definitely check it out, and give a great listen to it. It's Millicow, and the song is called Harmony. like I said, it kind of gives me that whole, you know, world being rebuilt thing, and the team is one, and they've used it, and you just watch the world rebuilding. So that's kind of my view on it. Let me know what you think on it. Like I said, check out the rest of their stuff, and as always, check out their social media links and their music sites, because hey, they deserve all the downloads you can give them. Next up today, it's Jacob Calta. I've played him before. I called it Jake C at first because he was still working on it. The song today, though, is called Phainomenon. I hope I said that right, because he likes to throw me curveballs like that. This song is really awesome. Let me read his description, and then I'll add mine, because we're kind of on the same page on it. It's a gothic dark synth track that takes some of its cues from composers like John Carpenter and Claudio Simonetti, but with more traditional ideas musically speaking. I agree. This is a pure synth cinematic track, Synthwave track, as they like to call it. He's like sentiment music. When it comes to cinematic music, he knocks it out of the park. This kind of gives me that, it's kind of like the main theme of a horror movie. I'm gonna say on the same grounds, but not really, as Puppet Master's theme song or Subspecies. If you've heard those just theme songs, it just it encompasses the darkness and the jovial, kind of gives you that both jovial and darkness at the same time. So the movie's has a little bit of everything in it just from the song. Also, the beginning of it kind of gives me that, like he said, John Carpenter. I'm thinking Prince of Darkness on that. So, the beginning just gives me that Prince of Darkness beginning feel. So he nailed that on that. It kind of gives me also kind of like you see the Haunted Mansion at the beginning of the movie, and I just drew a blank on the song. I mean on the movie I was thinking of. But you got where they go into the house and you see the camera panning through all the rooms and everything while the song is playing. Kind of like a huge mansion that's haunted. You see everything, and you can see like in the ghost, just flashes of what's going on, and it kind of gives you that main theme of what the movie's going to be about at the beginning of the movie before the family moves in, kind of that feel. Also, I may be completely wrong on this. It kind of gives me that also a Children of the Cornfield. I meant to say, with the Prince of Darkness, all kind of gives me that Children of the Corn main theme feel. Going through the town and everything, you just see all the children together. Also, lastly, not lastly, but also kind of gives, like I said, this gives me a lot. The Evil Vampire Priest Part 2. He's risen in the part of the movie and showing him gaining his followers or killing them and turning them. Kind of gives me that feel too. Gives you that whole genre. It kind of works. Actually, it would be the main theme of a haunted priest movie or something like that. Also, lastly, it kind of gives me Reanimator. If you've seen Reanimator, you see him doing that whole making his goop, the stuff to put in the syringe, and it kind of gives you that little montage of him working on it. And it's evil that he's doing it by the song. So all of those work for me. Like I said, this song could be a main theme for anything. So definitely check it out. Check out the rest of his stuff. He just opened his Bandcamp, I think about a month ago. And it's all really good stuff. So definitely check out his stuff and go buy it. It's Jacob Calta, and the song is called Phainomenon. Phainomenon. like I said, it could be the main theme of like the haunted. I'm going to go with a haunted church and, you know, the evil priest kind of deal. That's kind of what I kind of feel like. But let me know what you think in the comments. And like I said, make sure you check out their Bandcamp page, his Bandcamp page, and all their other music here. Make sure you download it all, so because they could always use your help. Next up, we have Zentrix. If you check out their website, though, it'll say Zentrix Production. It's the same thing. I just had to, but he just sent it as Zentrix. So if you get a question on it, it's the same person. The song today, I'm gonna screw it up, and you'll see why. But I'm gonna say it like this. The song today is called Zen House, and it's a really good house song. I like I said, I like all kinds of music, and this one kind of works as a whole different thing. It's kind of like a, you know, it grooves along, so it gives me a couple of ideas that I haven't thought of before. So it's kind of like, you know, it's your searching scene of a movie where you know, the team is searching for a relic or information, you know, for something or an item or person to help them defeat the antagonist. This time it could just be not evil or, you know, good, but, you know, someone who's just either been turned, or, you know, they've got to defeat that, you know, the evil inside of them. Kind of gives me on the same note. It also gives me that, you know, the team is working on a solution for a cure, or working on a program to stop a virus, or a cure for a virus, or something to cure, like I said, an evil. It also kind of gives me that whole the evil has been beaten, and you see as all the influence that the evil has had, you know, it's going away, and you can see the world returning back to normal, and all the, you know, like all the minions have come back to have started turning back into normal people. That's kind of what it gives me. And, you know, that whole, as that's happening, you know, you see the heroes just looking stoic, and, you know, gives that whole feel. That's my opinion on it, but your opinion may be different, and let me know what you think. But this song is really awesome, so definitely give it a look, and check out their pages. Again, this is Zentrix, and the song is called Zen House. like I said, it kind of gives you that whole, I kind of like the, searching feel and the whole world turning back to normal. You could actually work that together. That could be the main theme of them searching for the thing, and then the main theme of everything turning back to normal. Kind of gives you that vibe. But like I said, let me know what you think. I really like the song. Make sure you go check his stuff out and download it because all of it's really good. Last up today, we have Defector. The song is called A Long Drive with Nothing to Talk About. I'm going to read his description and then I'll add mine as usual. It's a song meant for deep reflection while cruising under moonlight on the backcountry roads. I went completely the opposite. I like using the hero movies. This is one of those where it's the areas being destroyed by drone people. I'm not going to say zombies, but it could be drone people or actual drones, like in like Terminator-esque. And the hero shows up. He flies in with his vehicle, and you see him getting out, and it gives you that whole pan up from his boots to to the face, like here I am, and then he just destroys the whole the drones or the people, and it's just he defeats the evil that's there, and everybody's suddenly like, who are you? That's the feeling I get. Kind of gives me that out of the ashes towards the end of the movie. Everything's been destroyed, the evil's been taken care of, and everybody's like going, where's the hero? Where's the hero? We don't know. Everybody's just in freaking out, or they're sad, and then out of the ashes, here he comes, or here she comes, and just comes through the smoke, like they like to do that big deal, and the lover comes rushing towards him, and he finally, it's like, I'm alive, here I am, love me. And then after all that, they leave the wasteland together, and you kind of get that outro kind of deal. So, also, it kind of gives me that ending where, like I said, it's coming out of the ashes, but the evil's been destroyed, and they all leave together triumphantly. But they also get that feeling of sadness because what now? The world's been changed. Everything's been changed, and yes, they've won, but what do they do now? It kind of gives you that feel. Like I said, it's a really good song, so it kind of gives me a whole lot of different things to deal with, but I wanted to stay with one style. But anyway, let me know what you think, and make sure, as always, download their stuff. It's Defector, and the song is called A Long Drive with Nothing to Talk About. That's it for today. I mean, it's all the music's awesome. It I kind of try to make it to where it fit in kind of one movie. It kind of gives me that horror whole romantic deal. So it works out. I mean, it's a really good songs, and as always, really great artist. Make sure you check out all their stuff and download their stuff because they need help and they could use your love. Make sure you follow them on their social media links. I always put their media links that they give me and a few I search for just to make sure I have enough for them down in the description. Also, artist, if you follow me on Twitter, you notice I said I needed more music. I'm always looking for new artists. It doesn't matter what genre. This maybe is called the SR Synth Weekly, but I want music. I don't care of what kind of music. So if you're an artist and you like this show and you're wondering if your song would fit, it will. It's a song. As long as it's not, like I say, it's not yodeling in the Alps somewhere and just, artists beating, a can or a pot somewhere, As long as it's music and, it doesn't matter if it fits the show or not. Just send it to me. You can fill out the form below on the description. It's at the top of the description. I use the Google Forms for many things. I use it for bookkeeping. It allows me to put everything on OneDrive. It also allows me to get your social media links and find out a little bit about you so I can put it on the show. It also allows me to, like I said, keep tabs on the music in one place. It also allows me permissions. The reason I please put permission is just in case I get a YouTube issue. So please, if you're an artist and you want to be a part of this show on a future show, just fill out that form and just send it in. I don't make any money off of this, and that's why I'm asking artists to send me their music. I appreciate everybody loving this show so far. I didn't think it would actually go this far, and I appreciate everybody, and I hope I can keep this going, and I hope I can keep it up to the light that you want. Last thing for today, as I always say, thank you. If you notice, I'm wearing a shirt. This is just my little plug for the day. I'm selling some shirts just to help me get some monetary to help grow this show a little bit and get some better equipment. I always say, check my music out and buy it to help me out. And also, I'm selling these tees. I have a whole Teespring shop now. This is my front back that I made just for me, really. But I'm going to start selling them this type. This is the Synth Redneck SR Synth Weekly shirt. So give it a check. As you can see, I have my little logo on the back. If you want to buy it, that'll help me out a little bit. So check it out. The link's down below. And as always, thanks for everything this week. And like I always say, make sure you're following everybody on these videos. Check my last videos and make sure you follow all of them too. And as always, buy their stuff. I'll see everybody next week. And I appreciate it. Thanks. Have a great one.